Silence. Sometimes it's wisdom, sometimes it's armor. But there are moments when silence is no longer strength. It is surrender. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that words, when wielded with precision, could shape destiny, challenge oppression, and steal the soul. There are times when you must speak, not for praise, not for vanity, but because silence would chain you to regret. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Sometimes, being one means breaking the silence. These are the 5 moments when staying quiet is not caution, but betrayal. When muteness becomes a surrender of the soul. Listen carefully, because one day you will face this test. 1. When injustice stares you in the eye. There comes a moment when injustice stands before you. Bare, ruthless, demanding silence. Many will look away, convincing themselves that it's not their fight. They step aside, hoping someone else will bear the burden. But a person of principle does not bow to oppression, nor does he strengthen it with his silence. As Seneca warned, to allow wrongdoing when you have the power to stop it is to be complicit in it. History proves this. Evil thrives not just because of the oppressors, but because of those who chose to stay silent. When faced with cruelty, deception, or oppression, your voice is not a weapon of destruction, but of truth. Speak, not to seek validation, but because silence in the face of injustice is its own form of betrayal. 2. When your values are put to the test. A man without principles is like a ship without a compass, adrift, carried wherever the current of public opinion takes him. Epictetus taught that our circumstances don't define us. It is how we respond to them that shapes who we are. Yet, many abandon their belief the moment they are questioned. You will face moments when your discipline is ridiculed, your morals are challenged, and your pursuit of virtue is dismissed. That is precisely when you must stand your ground, not with pride, not with fury, but with steady, unshakable resolve. A Stoic does not speak to prove others wrong. He speaks to ensure he remains true to himself. When deception takes hold, the world is flooded with empty rhetoric, falsehoods repeated so often that they begin to masquerade as truth. Lies, when left unchallenged, do not fade away. They spread, taking root in the minds of the unsuspecting. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, taught that philosophy is not about seeking comfort, it is about seeking truth. And sometimes, truth must be wielded like a blade, cutting through illusion. When deceit fills the air, when the vulnerable are misled, when the powerful twist reality to serve their own ends, that is when a Stoic must speak. Not with fury, but with reason. Not to dominate, but to illuminate. To remain silent while falsehood thrives is not neutrality. It is surrender. 4. When someone you love is losing their way, a Stoic is not detached. He does not turn a blind eye to the suffering of those he holds dear. It is true that we cannot control others, but that does not free us from the duty to guide them. When someone you love is consumed by self-destruction, whether through vice, despair, or recklessness, silence is not wisdom. It is abandonment. Seneca once said, "At times, even the act of living is an expression of courage." Sometimes, to help another find the strength to live, you must speak, even when your words are rejected, even when they push you away. You may not always change their path. You may not always be heard. But a Stoic does not measure his duty by success. He measures it by the courage to do what is right. 5. When the truth weighs on your soul, but fear holds you back. Fear silences more voices than oppression ever could. Fear of rejection, fear of consequence, fear of standing alone. But at the heart of Stoicism lies a simple truth, memento mori. Remember, you will die. And when that moment arrives, will you be haunted by the words you never spoke? Truth that remains locked away serves no purpose, and a life spent swallowing truth is a life half lived. There will come a time when you hold the truth inside you, burning, restless, demanding to be heard. Yet, doubt will creep in. You will hesitate. That hesitation will define you. Will you bow to fear, or will you stand firm, resolute, unwavering, and free? Ultimate test. A Stoic does not speak to fill the silence. He does not waste words on empty arguments or meaningless noise. His speech is measured, deliberate, purposeful, and rare. But when the moment demands it, when silence would mean forsaking his very soul, he does not falter. He does not retreat. There will be times in your life when you must speak. Some words will carry little weight, while others will shake the very foundation beneath you. When that moment arrives, do not let fear steal your voice. The world has enough silence. What it needs is more voices that rise, not for validation, not for control, but because truth must be spoken. Stand firm. Speak with wisdom. Walk the path of the Stoic.